Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing wonderful. I did remember to change the word of the day. But first of all, I need to check my sound. So let's see how my sound is. Let's change the word of the day. But pretty good. All, I need to check my sound. That is pretty good, guys. All right. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope everyone's okay. Let's see who is here. I don't think anyone is here. So we have me, of course. No, okuyun. So we have that. And then we have Bengi Kaya. Well, hello, Bengi. Hi, Zack. I'm trying to improve my English. Thanks for supporting me. No problem. I'm glad I can help. Hi, I'm waiting for your live. Thanks. Ahmet, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you in the house. Yeah, guys, it's important to keep in mind that spamming might cause bad things. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but you're right. Okay. Yes, and by the way, I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I hope everyone spent time with their family and had fun and all that stuff. Rumia says hi. Zainab, hi. It was good to see you today, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. Pumpkin. You write a sentence and then put 2 or 1 or something like that. Berkan says, hey, is it the Independence Day in your country? Yes, today is Independence Day in America. So, yes, today is a holiday in America. And then Hussein Yashil says, hi, Zack, how are you? Thank you very much. Hussein, I suppose I should say Abi, I guess. I don't know. I'm doing all right, man. I hope you are doing wonderful as well. So, guys, let's talk. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to talk. Why don't you guys tell me about what you did over the holiday? We all had, everybody in Turkey, we had a 9-day holiday. Most of us had 9 days off of work, or at least a lot of us. So what did you guys do over the holiday? Did you hang out with your family? Did you talk to your friends? Did you go on vacation? What did you do? So hold on. We have this. Why is this live video? What is the aim? And then we have this. So please. Okay. All right. So here we are. Berat says, how's it going? I couldn't watch your videos for a long time. Hey, Berat, you could say, I haven't been able to watch your videos for a long time. I haven't been able to watch your videos for a long time. I went to the military because I went into the military. Because I did my military service. Because I did my military service. No one like you should remember that pumpkin is level 2. No one like you should remember that pumpkin is level 2. I don't know what you're talking about, Ahmet, but it's probably funny. Cardelan says, are you in the U.S.? The U.S. The U.S. No, I am not. I am in Istanbul with all the cool kids. Okay, so Rumia says, I am preparing for an exam. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you prepare well. Yes, preparing for an exam, preparing for my exam, something like that. All right, so Umut says, hello. Well, hello, Umut. I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, Umut, what did you do for the holiday? Did you do anything? Ahmet says, we've been planning to go to Trabzon, but since the car is broken, had to stay in Ankara instead. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. If I were writing this sentence, I would say the word we again to make sure it's clear. We had to stay. That's what I would do. But I suppose it's not completely necessary grammatically. But I'm sorry to hear about your car, and I hope that you fix your car because cars are important in life. All right, so Rumia says, I need more and more grammar. Please fix my mistakes. So make my mistakes would be like benim hatalarımı yap. That's probably not what you want to say. You probably want to say like fix my mistakes or correct my mistakes. Yeah. So, okay, I will correct your mistakes. No problem. Bengikaya says, I'll go to Ankara next week. Well, I'm sorry, because I don't really like Ankara. I've been there 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. It's kind of boring. There's not a lot there. I don't know. Maybe am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like, what do you guys think about Ankara? Is it fun? Is it exciting? Is it amazing? Is it interesting? I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. But you can let me know what you think. So then Sena Kaimaz says, I worked on the holiday. So Sena, here you could make it a little more clear. You could say, I worked through the holiday or something like that. You could say, I worked for the whole holiday or sorry. I think my internet went out. Can you hear me? Are we good, guys? Is everything okay? Let me take a listen to myself and see. Well, there's an advertisement. I'm sorry. I have to listen to my own advertisement. I have to make money. Am I okay? Okay, I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm good. All right. Well, let's see. Where are we? So, hi, my English is not very good and I want to improve my English. Which application is best for mobile? Have a good day. Hey, Mohammed, I made a video answering this question. I have a video that answers this question. You can watch that video. Okay? Okay. I met my relatives and we went to cafes, malls, etc. Okay. I mean, going to cafes sounds kind of fun. Going to a mall, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's fun, Umut. That sounds kind of boring. I don't know, man. All right. I'll visit my aunt there. Hold on. What did you say? Okay, so Bengi is going to Ankara and she's going to visit her aunt or her aunt in Ankara. Okay. Well, that is exciting because Ankara is not exciting, but visiting people is exciting, right? Right. Okay. So Kardelen says, don't you have any holiday plans for the summer? Well, if you're asking me, this summer, or well, tomorrow, my wife's sister will be giving birth. So my wife will be becoming an aunt for the first time. So we will go see the baby in like a week or 2 weeks or something. So that's going to be like a little vacation. We're going to go see the baby and then we're going to do some traveling and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. Eren says, Ankara is just good for students in university, I think. Okay. Why do you think it's good for university students? Like, is it because it's cheaper or easier? Is transportation better? I don't know I don't know, man. All right, so Kamal Rex says, Zack, hello, what is your favorite American holiday? I love Christmas. I love Easter, but those are like religious holidays. If you're talking about more like national holidays, oh, I don't know, maybe like Thanksgiving. That's it. Maybe Thanksgiving. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Okay. So birlikte öğrenelim. I'm in English mode. It's hard to speak Turkish. Hello, my holiday was good, but it would be better because I spent time with my usual activities, routines, I mean. So I think you said it would be better. Like, do you mean it would have been better? Like if I had done this, it would have been better. Is that what you want to say? That's probably what you're trying to say. Or it could, It could have been better, right? It could have been better. Okay, that's probably what you want to say. Ahmed says it is boring, arguably, especially for someone like you who lives in Istanbul. I used to live in Istanbul too. I moved about 4 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I've been there a bunch. It's kind of it's kind of boring. Yeah. All right. Well, Özgür Özel says Happy Independence Day. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's a fun day. In America, there's lots of fireworks and crazy stuff that happens on Independence Day. Yeah. So, do you have any advice? So, advice is not countable. It is uncountable. So you're going to say any advice, some advice, or something like that. Do you have any advice for grammar skills, books, or something like that? If you are starting from the basics, you can watch my series, Foundations. As a matter of fact, I just made a video where I talk about free online English resources. So you can watch my video where I talk about free resources. Can you speak? So Rumia says, can you speak about a little bit? Can you speak a little bit about? Can you speak a little bit about moods in English? Are they used? Are they used in daily speaking? I'm actually not sure what that means. So would moods be like passive? And what other kinds of moods are there? Hey, Rumia, can you write like a list of the different moods? Because I'm not sure what they are. Ahmed says, are you religious? That depends on your definition of the word religious. So, Ahmed, you can define the word religious for us, and then I can answer the question. Hello, I'm from Syria, and I love you so much. Well, I don't know you, but I would probably like you if I met you. So I can say that I probably like you. Okay. And then this guy says, I've never been abroad before, but I think I have a Native American accent. And whenever I talk to Americans, they ask me if I'm American. How is that possible? Well, first of all, Native American means like Indian meaning like Native American. So like in Turkish, you would say Kızılderili. That's what Native American means. So when you say the word Native American, that's what I think. So be careful. I feel like I just got darker. Okay. And you say that people think you're American. Well, that means you sound pretty good. So good job. I don't know how you did it. If you figure out how you did it, you should let me know, and I will make a video about it. Okay. Abi, coming off ile coming out on farkı. Hey, man, we're here to speak English, okay? So the word coming off, come out, they both have a bunch of different meanings. I can't explain them all right now. They both mean lots of different things. I'm sorry, I can't explain this right now just off the top of my head. What do you think about Syrian people living in Turkey? I don't know very many Syrian people living in Turkey. So I can't have a very strong opinion about them in terms of personally, like what kind of people they are or something. But many of my Turkish friends say things like they come here and they get free healthcare and we don't get free healthcare. They get that. Well, I probably shouldn't talk about this because I'm a foreigner. I'm not gonna talk about that. Anyway, I don't know very many Syrian people, so I can't have much of an opinion about them. So thanks to you, my pronunciation is way better. Well, I'm glad that I could help, man. I'm glad that I could help you out. So Talha says, how do I develop? How do I develop my English? How do I improve my English? Talha, I have a video called İngilizce Nasıl Öğrenilir, And then I have another video. I have a lot of videos, man. There's no need for me to try to explain it here. Go watch my videos about how to learn English. Yeah, go watch those. So Rumia is telling me about the moods. So conditional moods, subjunctive moods. Yes, these are all very common. So Rumia asked a question. She said, are these moods common? Yes, absolutely. Conditionals? Yes, absolutely. Subjunctives? I'm actually not sure what that means. But probably. Conditionals are very, very common. What challenges do you think a Turkish person may encounter when they move to the United States? We have very different understandings of things like, I don't know, like cleanliness or something like that. So for Turkish people, if something touches the ground, it's dirty. In America, it's not like that. People sit on the ground, they roll over on the ground, they lay on the ground. It's totally not a big deal. Or for example, people in Turkey, they don't want to touch the ground with their feet because it's dirty. In America, we walk around barefoot, no shoes. Stuff like that probably makes certain Turkish people uncomfortable. What else? There's a lot of stuff, but it's little stuff. It's not that big a deal. America is super laid back. We're really, really laid back. We don't have a lot of traditions that are super important or super set in stone. Do you have any advice about IELTS exam and which university accept it with scholarship? I have no idea about any of that. I know nothing, and I'm sorry that I couldn't answer your question. Do you have good relationships with your neighbors? There's a saying in Turkish that's like, don't buy a house, buy a neighbor, highlighting the importance of good neighbors. There is a girl, or a woman, I guess, who lives across the hallway, and she screams all the time. She's like, ah, ah! It's. I'm not sure what she's doing. And then my side neighbors over here, they start yelling at like 2 in the morning. They have like parties at 2 in the morning, like twice a week. So I don't. My neighbors make a lot of noise, and I'm not happy about it. But obviously, I didn't buy my house. I rented my house because the economy sucks. All right. If there was a war in America and they needed people for the army, would you participate in the army? No, I would not. I don't. I didn't start the war. The war wasn't my idea. I don't feel like it's my responsibility to contribute to it. I, as a Westerner, I value independence. The individual is what's important for me. The individual is more important than the state. Okay. The name of the former president of the U.S. was Dick Cheney. And am I the only one who thinks that there is something wrong with his name? Well, the word dick can refer to male genitalia. If that's what you're referring to, then yeah, that's a thing, I guess. I don't know. I just watched American broadcasters and tried to emulate my accent like them, and it worked not only for English but also for other languages. I guess it might be a talent. I'm not sure. Well, I hope, yeah, that's awesome. That's great. But you should also use punctuation, because it's really hard to read what you're saying without punctuation. You need some periods, some commas. It's really hard to read what you're saying. But I am really excited that you. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy. Sağ Kemalist says, just because you are a foreigner doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about Turkish politics. Well, that's easy for you to say, but foreigners, well, I can't talk about that either. Anyway, how many languages do you know? I know one language well. That's English. I know Turkish fairly well. And then I'm also learning sign language. I'm learning Turkish sign language. So I know a little bit of Turkish Sign Language. So that's one and a half, something like that. Okay. There are also Turks in Syria. We call them Syrian Turkmen. And I have improved my English a lot with your listening videos. I think the way to learn a language is through good listening. I agree that listening is very important. And I didn't know there were so many Turkish people in Syria. So many that you have to, have a name for them. So that's kind of interesting. Your Storytime series is perfect. It's one series. Could you create more? Yeah, I could tell more stories. I'm out of funny stories, but I could tell like boring stories, I guess. I don't know. If it's our first time going abroad, which European country would you prefer for improving our English? Well, obviously, if you're going to a European country, you should go to a European country where English is spoken. So you could go to Britain, England, whatever you want to call it, the United Kingdom. If you don't want to learn a British accent and you want to learn an American accent, then I guess it doesn't really matter. You could go to any English or any European country, and there's going to be people who speak English pretty well that you have to speak English with, because they don't speak Turkish. Do you have any recommendations for a website or specific advice to improve scientific English? No, because science is very specific, and the terms that are going to be used in every branch of science are going to be very, very different. So I could teach you a lot about physics. That's not going to help you in like biology or it's the terms are all different. In general, you want to be really good at formal English and grammar. And that's what you need to be really good at. And then you just need to learn the terms. What do you think about the Australian accent? It sounds cooler than the American accent. I agree that the Australian accent is really cool, and I like it. And I like talking to Australian people. They're really fun. They sound really cool. Okay, so you haven't hairs. Why don't you use extra hair? What you want to say is you don't have any hair. You don't have any hair. This is not true. I do have some hair, like over here, and then like in the back. I don't have any hair up here. So that's the main problem. You're asking why I don't use extra hair? I don't have extra hair to use. How am I going to use extra? Should I like take it from my beard? And I don't know, man. Or Aslan, yeah, that's a man. I don't know. I can understand what you are saying, but when it comes to speaking, I can't express myself well. Well, you wrote this sentence correctly. I can understand what you are saying, but when it comes to speaking, I can't express myself well. Bangi, you wrote this sentence correctly. This one. So if you understand grammar well, all you need is practice. Right. Did you go to numerous foreign countries? What you want to say is, have you gone to? Have you gone to numerous foreign countries? Yes, I have been to 10 countries, I think. If you go, if you have gone, which one is your favorite for living? I can't comment on living because I have only lived in one country, or two, America and Turkey. But I like all the countries I've been to. I loved Macedonia. I loved the Czech Republic. I loved Thailand. I didn't like Egypt. I didn't like Egypt. It was kind of terrible. Okay. Sir, I have an English interview with Turkish Airlines. How should I introduce myself? What should I say outside of my age, the school I graduated from, and the city I live in? Duygu, I have a video about this, but it seems that your English is pretty good. So in that video, I just kind of give tips and stuff, but it might be too simple for you. You could say like, why you think you will be good at this job. I think I will excel at this job because blah, blah, blah, or something like that. You could say why you want the job, why you are leaving your current job, if you have one, something like that. Why sign language? Do you have a friend who is disabled or something? Yes, Marshall. I have a couple of friends who are deaf, and thus, in order to speak with them, I have to learn sign language. So that's what I'm doing right now. My wife and I are learning Turkish Sign Language. So there's John Cena, but I can't see him. Okay. Why do Americans mistake there instead of there and weird, the kind of spelling error. So there and there are pronounced the same. It's the same word. It's the same word that's used in two different ways, or three different ways. So it's very understandable that they would pronounce, or they would mistake them, that they would mix them up. For example, in Turkish, for like, so there's like bende, which is like together, and then there's ben de, which is like separate. Most Turkish people, they don't even know how to separate, how to distinguish the two. It's the same concept. The same concept. Are you living in Turkey? Yes, I live. Turkey. Yes, I live in Turkey. I have lived here for 7 years. Have you ever read a Turkish book, novel, long story? I forget. You mean a novel? Yeah, a roman is a novel. And if you have read a Turkish book, who is your favorite Turkish author, and what is your favorite Turkish book? I have never read something like that. I have never read a story or a novel in Turkish. I have only read like technical stuff in Turkish, like I've only read like philosophy stuff and technical stuff, scientific stuff. I have never read a novel in Turkish, so I do not know. I cannot answer your question. Aha, LOL. Good answer. I don't know what I said, but I'm glad you liked it. Melih Çakır, you are looking like Jason Statham. Hey, Melih, you look like Jason Statham. Statham. You look like Jason Statham. Nokta, büyük harf. It's very cool. It's very cool. Are you interested in religions, history of religion? Yeah, I'm fairly interested in the history of Christianity and Islam. Not so much the Eastern religions. But I'm fairly interested in Middle Eastern religious history. Yes. Do you understand Azerbaijani? I don't know how to say that in English. Do you understand Azerbaijani Turkish? No, or very little, like almost nothing. I understand almost nothing when Azeri people speak Turkish. Sema says hello. Well, hello, Sema. I'm glad you're here. How can I learn the B1 English level in the shortest time? You can work really, really, really hard and practice every day. Yep, there you go. Hello, Mr. Zack. Nice to see you live again. Yeah, John O'Var. Yeah, man, it's good. I guess you're a male. You might be a female. You're probably a male. Yeah, so it's good to see you. And I hope that you can ask a good question and we can talk about it. Do you think ChatGTP could be helpful while learning English? I made a video about this today. So I will probably edit the video and release it in maybe like a week. But the short answer is you can ask it questions and you can get information, but you cannot like practice speaking. You can't do that with ChatGTP. You can't do it. Because every time you say, "Where do you live?" It's like, "I'm a robot," you know. So you can't do that. All right. Which poets do you like? Who are you writing in English? Who are you writing? I don't know what you mean by who are you writing. I don't understand that. But what poets do I like? Oh gosh, I don't know. Mary Angelou or Victor Allan Poe. I don't. Is he a poet? He's a short story writer. T.S. Eliot, maybe. I don't know. People like that. Spelling TWO, watch please. Hussein, I don't know what you're talking about. When did you start learning Turkish? Any stories about your journey? I have a couple of stories. Nothing really, really stupid. So, like, when I first came to Turkey, like, I couldn't do... so, in Turkish, you have U, and then you have Ü. Like, one has dots, and one doesn't have dots, right? For me, I couldn't do the one without the dots. I think I can do it now. U, right? So, like, Su, right? But, like, when I first came to Turkey, I couldn't do it at all. So, I would say Su, and people would think I was saying Süt, or I guess I'm pronouncing that correctly. So I would be like, bir su alabilir miyim? And they would be like, süt mü istiyorsun? And I would be like, yes, I want su. And they would be like, süt mü? And I would be like, yes. And it was weird, man. Okay. So is there a difference between I have lived and I have been living? In this example, with the word live, they mean the same thing. But grammatically, they will not always be the same. For example, I have been speaking for 31 minutes. I have been speaking for 31 minutes. I cannot say I have spoken for 31 minutes. I can't say that. I can't say that. I have a video about that. It's somewhere in my foundation series, but I don't know where. Why is spelling English so hard? Because English is a very complicated language. It's a Germanic language, but there's a lot of French, there's a lot of Latin, there's a lot of Greek, there's a little bit of Arabic. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, what is your worst experience in Turkey? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I would have to think about that. Getting married was really, really, really difficult. It's really hard to get married in Turkey as a foreigner. Like getting the documents and getting the stamps and the signatures, it was horrendous. Not even nutuk. I don't know what you're talking about. Janovad, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, could you give some app or site examples for IELTS practicing? I'm sure there are practice exams somewhere on the internet somewhere. I'm sure you could do those. As far as apps, I don't know if there are apps that will be helpful for something like the IELTS exam, because the IELTS exam is very hard, and usually apps are more for basic stuff. So if you are working with apps, you're probably not going to do very well on the IELTS exam. You should probably find like a tutor or someone you can practice speaking with. Why did you come to Turkey? I came here first for a what is that called? Stage. How do you say that in English? Internship. I came here for an internship when I was 22, and it was fun, and I decided to stay, and I extended the internship, and then I was like, this is fun, I'm going to stay. So I just stayed. And then I got married. Okay. 2020. I don't know what you're saying, man. Are you saying that the word to sounds like that? I don't think so. What does y'all mean? And why do some people say ain't, and some people who are native English speakers told me that only uneducated people use ain't? Right. So the word y'all means sees. So it's second person plural. Second person plural. But only some people use it. Not everyone uses it. And the word ain't is not very proper English. It doesn't. Sounds very uneducated. They are right. But I use it. I say it all the time. Okay, so I need to hurry up. I'm getting kind of behind. What is your job? I teach English, and I have a course that I sell, and I have a bunch of stuff that I do. I just got here. How are you? I'm doing great, Carrot Head. I hope you're doing well too. can over. I don't know what you're saying. Reading books isn't as important as speaking practice. Do you agree? It depends on your goal. Birlikte öğrenelim. It depends on what you're trying to do. If your goal is to learn to read, then you can read and get good at reading. I wish you a good day. I wish you a good day. Wonderful. Do you miss hanging out with your American friends? Yeah. I miss my American friends. I miss, speaking English, with people and them understanding me. Yeah. Which state do you think has the worst accent in the United States? Most states do not have independent accents. Most states just speak normal English. Well, the people in most states just speak normal English. So I'm not sure if I can answer that question. I hope you're doing good. Thank you. Do you understand English? Do you understand England English or English English? Yes, I do. They understand me and I understand them. Wonderful. Mevlude Karataş says, Zack, do you watch Turkish soap operas? No, I have never watched a Turkish soap opera. No, I don't. Hi, Zack. What is this? Okay. If you could only say one thing about learning English, what would it be? It requires patience and perseverance. It requires patience and perseverance. Why do you live in Turkey? America's economy is better and gives you better opportunities. Why don't you live in America? And one more question. Is your job teaching English to people? Yes, I teach English to people. I live in Turkey because, well, for multiple reasons. One of them is that my wife is Turkish. I did live here before that. But yeah, now I thought about going back, but now my wife is Turkish. So, I mean, her family is here. Her whole life is here. Yeah, we're kind of here. Hey, teacher, I have a question for you. How do you pronounce TH? So take your tongue, and put it like, So for like math, my microphone is right there. So yes, so math, or like this comment, this question. Okay, it's Turkish. I'm not reading that. If you were to summarize marriage in one word only, what would it be? That's very difficult. I mean, I could just say like good or fun or something, but it's not always fun. Sometimes we have disagreements. So then I could say like hard, but it's not always hard because it's usually fun. Enlightening, maybe? I don't know. I can't do it in one word, man. I need like 3 words. Give me 3 words. Is grammar or speaking more important for learning a new language? Both of them are important for learning a new language. Both of them are important for learning a new language. Suhail Bichat. What do you think about the shadowing technique? I'm not sure what that is. Can you tell me what that is so that I can answer your question? Which people do you think are more religious in general, Americans or Turks? Turkish people, the Turkish people that I know, they're not actually very religious. If you ask them, are you Muslim? Yes. But that's it. It's over. It's over right there. For at least the people that I know. There are obviously lots of religious people in Turkey. I feel like the number of people who are like actively like religious, meaning like they're actively a part of a church or a mosque or a synagogue or something, that percentage might be higher in America, but I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong about that. Anyway. Who is your favorite band? I think Metallica, the Black Album, is the GOAT. That is a really good album. My favorite band. I don't have a favorite band. I do not have a favorite band. I can maybe give you some like good albums, like some, but I don't know. I do not have a favorite band. Wonderful. Whatever. Which is your shampoo? Well, in the past, I used a bunch of different shampoos, but now I don't use any because I'm bald. So I suppose you thought that was funny, but I'm not sure if anyone is laughing. Do you have regret? So do you regret moving to Turkey? Do you regret moving to Turkey? No, it's fun. I like it. Right now, well, I can't talk about that. As a foreigner, we can't talk about a lot of stuff. Like politics and economics and stuff. Are there many Orthodox communities in the U.S.? When you say Orthodox, I suppose you are referring to Orthodox Christians, as in like Eastern Orthodox. Not really. There's not a lot of them. The more common groups are typically Protestant groups, and then there's some Catholics as well. I guess there's a lot of Catholics. And then there's like Jews and Christians and Buddhists and Hindus and all sorts of other stuff. This video is about this is the video about have lived, have been living. Right. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Umut. You are the man, man. Okay. How did you find that? That was crazy. That's impressive. That is impressive. Dilek says, when I chat with my friends who are not natives in English, I am sure we are making lots of mistakes. Do you think it is a situation that I shouldn't? So what do I think about this? It could. You need to be aware of who you're talking to. When you are talking to someone whose English isn't very good, you shouldn't memorize what they're saying. You shouldn't absorb what they're saying and learn new things from them. You're just trying to, be able to communicate. If you're watching an American movie or you're speaking to someone from Australia or something, then you can memorize things and you can remember things. So just be aware of the situation. Yes, no problem. What is your favorite kind of Turkish food? I love an Adana kebab. I love a good tavuk shish. I like meat. So, anything. And I like spicy food. There's not a lot of spicy food in Turkey. It's very disappointing. I am very disappointed in especially Istanbul and Izmir in the West Coast for not having enough spicy food. Nutuk is the book that Atatürk wrote. Do you have any vitamin deficiencies? I don't think I have any vitamin deficiencies. I think I had an iron deficiency a couple weeks ago, but it's good now. I think. I'm not sure. And I did not know that about this book, so I can go read it now. So thank you. How does it sound to you that a Turk tries to speak like an American? It sounds like it sounds very cringe to us as Turks. I mean, if they are speaking well, then it's good. If they're not speaking well, then it sounds bad. Sometimes I don't know. It's like they go like ah or something. It's like they're trying really, really hard to make this sound, and I'm like, it's not. That's not the sound. It's much more. It's much easier to make than that. Yeah, I don't know if that made any sense at all, and I'm sorry that it didn't. If it didn't, sir, how can I easily distinguish between the gerund and reduced relative clause? I'm not sure what a reduced relative clause is. Hey, Prometheus, can you give me an example of a reduced relative clause? I ain't going to force you to click the like button, but Zach would be happy if you do so. This is 100% true. Hey, guys, why are you not liking the video? There's 46 people watching me right now, and you should all go like the video because, I'm trying to help you guys, and I'm trying to just do something nice for you guys. The least you could do is go like the video. So thank you. I have to hurry. I have to go fast. Nutuk starts in 1919 and finishes in 1927, and explains the Turkish War for Independence, revolutions, and other things. Its author is Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Well, wonderful. I will have to go read it. Beyaz Beyza Yağmur says, how can I check my English level? May I enter exam in Google? Is that enough? I am actually going to join a MUN conference, which is in many different countries, from people from, okay, so you want to check your English level. You could take a test. If you don't want to take a test, you could go find things that are like C1 or C2 reading level and try to read them and see if you understand them, something like that. Why do you change your camera angle in video streams? Well, I wanted you to be able to read the word of the day. I normally do it like this, but then my head is in the way. So I came over here so that you could read the word of the day. That's why. Please hit the like and the subscribe button if you liked the live stream. Yes, thank you so much for helping me out, guys. So Ensad is here. Hello. I hope you're doing okay, man. It's good to see you here. You're late, but it's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you for that. The real for the real. I don't know what you're saying. Do you have a pension in Turkey, private pension, or from a social security? I am not a Turkish citizen, so I don't benefit from any of that stuff. Am I late? Yeah, man. I've been doing this for 47 minutes. So yeah, you're a little late, bro, but it's okay. We still love you. Hello, Zack. Should I go to a course abroad to learn English? It depends on a bunch of different factors, but if you are going to an English-speaking country, it will definitely be helpful. Jehun says hi. So, Zack teacher, Zack teacher, how do I perceive the difference I'm telling of maths and this? Well, you can hear the difference. You can hear the difference. Math, this, math, this. You can hear the difference, or you should be able to hear the difference. How can I easily? Hey, I asked you to send me an example, and you haven't done so yet. Have you ever maruz kaldın mı? I don't know how to explain it in English. I'm sorry. Racism in Turkey. Have you ever experienced racism in Turkey? You could say experience. And is America's racism percentage bigger than Turkey or reverse? Racism is a universal reality, and it changes form from place to place. In America, we have, black people and white people, and, and there's all sorts of racism and stuff. And Turkey, it's like, we don't like Afghans. We don't like Syrians. We don't like, there's Kurds and there's Turkish people. It's all stupid. It's all retarded. It's all really stupid. So you should all stop being racist if you are racist. Okay. How many languages do you know? 1.5. Are you eligible to obtain a Turkish passport? No, because I am not a Turkish citizen. Please do not ask the same questions more than once. Yes. So thank you. Thank you for that. As a polyglot, the English word I struggle with is rural. Could you tell us how to pronounce it? So you have a r, so a ru, rural. Rural. Rural. In America, people can't pronounce it in America either. It's a hard word. It's a hard word. Sir, can you please stop asking the same question over and over again? I'm going to kick you out of the stream if you ask the question again. Oh, well, thank you for buying my course. I hope that your course is helpful. I think you're a Christian because you had your photo taken in front of a giant cross. If so, what's the name of the God you believe in? Do you just call him God, or does he also have a name? Well, I am a Christian, but I'm not sure which photo you're referring to. Maybe the one that I took in Macedonia? Either way, the God figure in the Bible does have a name, and we're not sure how to pronounce it, but it's something like Yahweh or something like that. We're not sure what the vowels. We're not sure what the vowels are, but it's like a Yahweh or something like that, which is, you didn't ask this, but this is free. It's a derivation of the word to be. So like to be, olmak, to be. So it's like the one who is, you know, it's a pretty cool thing. We're still waiting on that. Thank you so much, dear teacher. You're welcome, Hussein Abid. Okay. Shadowing is a language learning technique where you'd repeat an audio just after you hear it, listen to the words, and say them back. This could be helpful, but you have to comprehend what you're saying. I guess you don't have to. You should comprehend what you're saying for it to be helpful. Is there a special method that native speakers use to memorize English phrasal verbs? Native speakers don't have to memorize anything because we just know them, because we grow up in English or in America, or so no, you just have to memorize them, and there's no easy way to do it. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of practice. Relative reduced relative clause. The ball which is on the bed. The ball which is on the bed. That's a reduced relative clause. Okay. Like the ball on the bed, is that the reduced part? I guess. I don't know. The question is the difference between gerunds and this. I'm not sure how you would mix those up. I like swimming. I'm not sure how you would mix those up. Can you give me an example? Do you suggest Toastmasters Speaking Club? I have no idea what that is, but you can tell me what it is, and I will figure it out. I have to go. I hope you have a good stream. Good night. Yes, I hope you have a good stream. Good night, Muhammad. I hope you have a good sleep. I don't know. Nabarabe. Hey, no Turkish. But I like your name, Christopher Columbus. So, Mr. goes, is that Greek? No. What is that? I'm not sure how to read that. I saw what looked like I forgot what that's called. It kind of looked like a Greek letter. Hi, Zach. I'm at B1 level. Do you think I can improve myself at home, or should I go to a course? Well, you can go take a course, but you can definitely improve yourself, improve your English at home. I have a video about this. It came out like a week ago, or 2 days ago, or something. I don't remember. So you can watch my last video, and it should be helpful. Sağlık olsun diyorum. Geç kalmışım diye. Ama let it be health dememek için kendimi tutuyorum. What should I say? Let it be health. Sağlık olsun. I don't know, man. Sağlık olsun. What does that even mean? Like, sağlık olsun. I'm not even sure when to use that in Turkish. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. You're helping us unconditionally. You deserve all the appreciation. We are grateful. Well, I'm glad that you could. I'm glad that you appreciate it. That's the wrong word. I'm glad that you find it helpful. There we go. What do you think about the hippie movement? The hippie movement in the 1960s and 70s, or I guess the 60s in America, had a lot of positive sides, maybe some negative sides as well. You know, emphasizing individual freedom is really good. The sexual revolution that accompanied it, you could say that's a good thing. You could say it's a bad thing. There's a lot of babies without dads. You know, I mean, yeah. There's good sides. There's bad sides. Hey, this is my course. I have no idea what the price is right now. Hey, can someone tell me what the price is of my course right now? I have no idea. I literally have no idea. Let me know how much it is, and because I don't know. Your channel's so good. Virtual hug. Well, I give you a virtual hug as well. Can I learn English just by talking to myself? Unlikely. It is very unlikely that you will be able to get better at English just by talking to yourself. Do you know Andrew Tate? No, but a lot of people on YouTube have been talking about him. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he does, but he's apparently done something attention grabbing in recent history. Okay. Is there have learned grammar sequence? There's not a particular sequence that you have to follow to learn grammar. No, you can learn it in multiple different orders. Your channel is so good, virtual hug. Okay, wonderful. What does happiness mean to you? Many people in Turkey have a common idea, especially among youth. They think that they are going to find happiness in another country. What do you think about it? Have you found it here? Happiness, in my opinion, is not something to be found in physical stuff. Although physical stuff can provide a temporary happiness or a level of comfort, what I would call happiness or joy would be something that comes from maybe having a reason to live, or maybe having purpose in your life or something like that. I would say that most people don't have purpose in their life, so they are trying to get what's a good word? Permanent happiness out of temporary stuff. And I think that doesn't work. Can you please explain how to pronounce the word congratulations? I guess I've never heard it from an English native speaker. Congratulations. Congrat, congrage, congratulate, congratulations. Congratulations. Sağlık olsun means never mind in English. I mean, sometimes. Never mind has a bunch of different meanings. Sağlık olsun has a bunch of different meanings, and they kind of overlap a little bit, like this much. They're not always going to be the same thing. For example, I can call out, I can say, hey mom, and my mom will say yes, and I'll say, oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind. That's not sağlık olsun, right? Right. That's different. I recommend that you research the shadowing technique. It's definitely effective, and I use your listening videos for this purpose. Oh, really? Well, I'm glad you find them effective. Okay. Geç kalmışım yapacak bir şey yok. Geç kalmışım bir... Oh, okay. Geç kalmışım yapacak bir şey yok. Böyle durumlarda sağlık olsun diyoruz. Okay, well, now I understand what you were saying. If it's too personal, I apologize. How can money be brought from the United States to Turkey? Are there limits or restrictions? If you have if you have an American bank account, you can use various transfer companies to bring over money. The transfer company that I use is called Wise, W-I-S-E. W-I-S-E. And you can connect a Turkish bank account to an American bank account and use that to transfer money. Yeah, so hopefully that's helpful. How do you follow Turkish news? Do you read Turkish newspapers online or TV? Which one, or you don't care? I really don't care. But my wife's family always has the news on TV. So, yeah, I sometimes see the news. Do you understand New Zealanders speaking English? I don't know if I've ever heard a New Zealander speaking English, but I imagine that they sound a lot like Australians. So yes, I assume that I will understand them. Zack's Udemy course is 85 lira. It's only 85 lira. Yeah, so it's on sale, apparently. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was on sale, but it's on sale. So you should all go buy the thing. You should all go buy my course. And if I can find it, there it is. There it is right there, guys. You should all go do that. I'm going to pin this at the top. How do you pin this? Oh, I can't do that here. I have to do that on YouTube. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to pin that to the top. All right, here we go. Relative clause. The woman who is walking on the bridge. Reduced relative clause. The woman walking on the bridge. Well, okay, so what's the question? So these mean the same thing. The woman walking on the bridge, the woman who is walking on the bridge. If you're asking about the difference between this and a gerund, I mean, if this was a gerund, then walking on the bridge would either be the subject or the object or something. The sentence structure would be different. So, for example, walking on the bridge is fun. I mean, it's a totally different sentence. There's an is, there's no subject at the beginning, like the woman. Are you an American citizen or a Turkish citizen? I am an American citizen. Do Turkish comedy movies, for example, Cem Yılmaz movies, sound funny to you as well? Do you laugh, understand? I haven't watched a Cem Yılmaz movie in a very long time, but I used to watch his comedy, his stand-up comedy, and I thought that was really funny. So, yes, I think his stand-up comedy is really funny. Ooh, the strawberries that are being eaten at the wedding were growing in Turkey. Reduction. The strawberries being eaten at the wedding were growing in Turkey. That is reduction. Okay, wonderful. What's the problem? I don't know what the problem is. They mean the same thing. So, can you ask me the question a little more specifically? Do you know English history? No, I do not know anything about English history except for American history, like England and American history converge. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Happiness is the way to what? If there is a way goes somewhere. Where is it going? That's the question, man. As an English learner, as a learner, English pronunciation is important. Nokta, büyük harf. I use an app for that, but they teach American accent. Nokta, büyük harf. But well, I guess that could be the same sentence. But in my opinion, everyone has a special accent. Nokta, büyük harf. What can I do? I'm gonna make a shirt. I'm gonna make a shirt that says Nokta, büyük harf. Would you buy that shirt, guys, if I made that? Nokta, büyük harf. Would you guys buy that shirt if I made it? I mean, a language is tied to a specific people. So if you want to sound like that people, that like that community, then you should try to sound like them. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's not like a universal English. I mean, there is, but it's not like a real language. It's just to communicate. It's just, so people that normally can't communicate can learn to communicate. If getting deep in a language involves, learning the way that a particular people use that language. I'm not sure what you mean. I hate the Alabama accent. Well, a lot of people in Alabama speak just like me. Good night, Zach. I have a question. You mean like good evening? Good evening. Do we need to learn all the grammars, all the grammatical structures? Yes, you should probably use all of them. You should probably use all of them. Can you say Czechoslovakyalaştıramadıklarımızdan mısınız? Yeah. You said that you had a sleeping problem in one of your videos. Have you ever thought about taking a psychotherapy session? Do you take any medication for it? Do you have sleep deprivation? How is it now? I have had 2 sleep studies, and they both kind of said we don't know what the problem is. I might be better. Not really. I wake up really early every day. So that's a problem. We're listening to you with my daughter. She's 11 years old. That's funny. Thanks. I'm not sure what's funny. Hey, Fadial. I'm not sure what's funny. What's funny? I don't know. Do you mean it's fun? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. So you should explain what you're talking about. Nice for the English development of the videos. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Who is the Atatürk of the USA? Maybe George Washington or Thomas Jefferson? George Washington was the first president of America. The education system is Turkey. The education system in Turkey is mostly disliked. So how is it in the United States? I wonder if the students there are satisfied with the education system. Most people in America are not satisfied with their education system. But the education systems vary from state to state. So the education system in Florida is different from the education system in New York. They're different education systems. I think since Turkish is in agglutinative language, we may have difficulties learning English. The same goes for Japanese, Korean, Finnish native speakers. Yes, I have heard that Turkish people can learn Japanese or Korean fairly easily. Okay, wonderful. Zach, let's arrange a meeting. To be honest, I would definitely like to meet you in person. Well, we could do that. Hey, how many of you would be able to come to a meeting if I had one? I live in Istanbul. I could have it in like Kadıköy, or I could have it in like Beşiktaş. How many of you would come to a meeting, a hangout, if I had one of those in either Kadıköy or Beşiktaş? What do you think? How many would come to that? What is the best and livable state in the U.S. for me? Well, I love Florida. I grew up in Florida. The weather is awesome. It's almost never cold. It's great. Yes, so I love Florida. You are a great person, I think. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for your attention. Yes, Ferial. You're going to say fun. Fun. So not funny. Funny would be like komik or something like that. Fun is, like eğlenceli, keyifli, zevkli falan. Okay. I've heard a few times that native speakers use the do-does verb pattern too. Is this a grammatical error? I need an example. I need an example, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Every way is halal, staple bilal. I don't know what you're referring to. Is that like a Turkish translation of something? I mean, an English translation of something? Zach, you should do these live streams more. I would love to, but I don't have time, guys. I have to work. You guys, I have to work. Okay. Hello. I've heard a few times that I need. Hey, don't ask the same question multiple times, man. Don't do it. Why don't you live in the U.S.? Because the economy is very bad in Turkey, and $1 is equivalent to 27 Turkish liras. Yeah, I know. Some of my money is in dollars, so that's you know, whatever. It's bad for the country. It's okay for me, you know. How tall are you? I am about 5'9". I am 5'9", or maybe 5'10". I don't know. So you can go look that up. You are a good friend. Oh, well, I'm glad that you think of me as a friend. Have you seen Shaq in Florida? He lives there. No, I have never seen Shaq in Florida. Florida is a very big place. Florida is very big place. So speaking against Atatürk in Turkey can lead to imprisonment, but is insulting George Washington considered freedom of speech in America? Yes, in America, freedom of speech is very, very important. You can say whatever you want. I mean, as long as you're not actually hurting someone or harming someone, like physically, like threatening to kill them or something. Yeah, you can criticize the government. You can say that the president is an idiot. You can say it. Yeah. So freedom of speech is very, very important for people in America. Beşiktaş will be closer to me, but Kadıköy is also okay. So no matter where it is, I will come. Hediyo helal zimbala bilal. I don't know what that means. I know what Hediyo helal means, but I'm not sure what zimbala bilal means. Hey, what would you recommend for business English? I don't know. Maybe you could watch some press conferences that businesses have put on YouTube and stuff like that. You could watch those and try to emulate some of the things that they say. My English level is B1 and I'm 30. I think this age is late for learning language, and this thought follow me. I'm not sure what you mean. What do you think? You're never too late to learn, but as you get older, it will get harder. So you should start learning soon. Zach, what are we talking about? I'm a little late. I asked a question like an hour ago, and I don't remember what it was. So anyway, we're just kind of hanging out. Ask me whatever. Erdogan says, for you Americans, if they have dollars, we have God. What do you think? I think that government and religion are separate things, and that they shouldn't have anything to do with one another. I think a person in America could have dollars and God. I think a person in America could have no dollars and no God. I don't think that that's a terribly relevant association. Okay. Zach, do you work in any place, by the way? I work for myself. I'm my own boss. I like the name Dylan. Is it an American name? It is very common in America. Dylan is a very common name in America. Thank you very much for this nice chat. Good evening, everyone. Yes, Zara, good evening. I hope you have a good evening. Let's not speak more about politics for our own good. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, because politics are stupid, or is stupid as a subject. I would buy one of your shirts that says period with pointer finger showing this. That would be funny. And it is your iconic suggestion. Oh, like this? Like where I do that? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, well, I hope I can do that one day. Out of the one is Georgian. If that's true, then I did not know that. I thought he was from like the Black Sea or something. American humor or Turkish humor? I don't know. They're both good. They both have their own, I don't know, positive sides or something. When are we going to meet, Zach? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. The answer to the question is I don't know. One of the most serious issues faced in the world today stems from the lack of education in history, especially by those who have not maintained a higher level of education. Hold on. So the problem is lack of education, especially by those who lack higher level education. Don't they all lack higher level education? I don't think I'm not sure if I understand the especially part. Thank you. Okay, bye. Well, old tight sheets, it was nice seeing you. Do you have a podcast? Yes, I do have a podcast. I think I put 5 episodes on it, and then I stopped. And every day I tell myself, today I'm going to continue my podcast. And then I never do it. So that's a tradition of mine. Okay. What do you think about Americans calling older people by their names? What do you think about Americans calling older people by their names? It's totally okay. Usually, they'll say a Mr. or Miss. So Mrs. Mrs. Angie, Mr. Walter, or something like that. It's usually Mr. or Mrs. This is apparently my podcast. I haven't looked at it in a long time, but I promise one day I will get back to doing podcasts. Then try this. One of the most current crucial issues faced in the world today is due to the incomprehension of basic history, especially by those who have not maintained a higher level of education. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. All right, well, I have made it to the bottom of my list of questions, and I have no more questions right now. So I think I will answer maybe one more, and then we will take it, and then we'll be done, guys. So if you have not liked the video, then why have you not liked the video? That's what I want to know. Okay, so you guys should all go right over. Is it there, or is it there, or is it there? I don't know, but you should all go like the video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Ohio says, I heard from my friends living in the USA that they are having difficulties about buying and selling a house. Do you think it is really difficult to buy a house in the USA? It is difficult to buy a house anywhere, not just in America. It's more difficult in Turkey. Does the US let you have 2 passports? I think so, but I'm not sure. So anyways, guys, I'm sweating because it's really hot in this room, and I don't have an air conditioner. So I'm going to go. I love all of you guys. I thank you so much for listening and for writing. And it was great talking to you guys. And I will see you all next week. And I will change the word of the day. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.